Hi, my name's Anne-Marie, and I'm from Alaska.
I moved to Alaska when I was 10 years old, so I grew up here, and Alaska is home. Our state capital is Juneau. Juneau is located in southeast Alaska, and Alaska is an enormous state, so Juneau is actually quite different from where I grew up in Anchorage. For example, it's home to the Tongass National Forest, which is the largest U.S. national forest. I had actually never been to Juneau because to get there, you either need to fly or take the ferry. The city of Juneau sees over 1.3 million tourists a year, and 2020 events have had drastic impacts on the local economy. So Travel Alaska sent me and my mom to Juneau for a long weekend so that I could help show the beauty and magic of this amazing place. I realized that I always use the word magic to describe Alaska, so I looked up the definition, and honestly, I stand by that statement. I think Alaska is magical. It's otherworldly, it seems supernatural. Crazy things happen here. I stole this from one of the tour guides who said that there's just something about the synchronicity of the landscape, the climate, the culture, and the wildlife that make this place magical. There's just no other word. Here is just some of what we experienced in just 4 days of being in Juneau. So thank you to Travel Alaska and Travel Juneau for sponsoring this video and for allowing us to discover more magic in our home state. If you're making a trip to Juneau, you can't miss out on Mendenhall Glacier, which is one of the most visited glaciers in the nation.
Talk about it. You see where the waterfall is, and then just to the left there's that little white. That's probably about a 50-foot iceberg.
You could walk to the glacier, or you could take a canoe adventure with Liquid Alaska Tours, where seasoned guides will lead you through glacier-fed Mendenhall Lake, where you can watch and listen to Nugget Falls, a huge 377-foot waterfall with runoff from Nugget Glacier. One of our guides, Ryan, noticed birds flying overhead something. There's actually a black bear in the distance. This is a game of Where's Waldo, but it also gives context to how enormous these landscapes are.
Black bears are usually pretty skittish of people. Even brown bears, if they were faced with 13 people, they wouldn't be willing to do anything about it. But you know, that's a precaution. Still keep it. Go ahead and take a break for me, guys.
You're going to go on that. I've been to a few glaciers now, and I feel like the more you have to work for the glacier, the better the payoff.
Obviously, when it all squishes together right at the edge, it dumps down and forms these big piles.
They provide all of the gear that you need, and the guides are awesome. They're super friendly, really knowledgeable.
Whoa! Whoa. This looks fake.
They'll help you take your Instagram pictures.
Can you get a photo of us?
Totally.
I want the crack in the middle.
Get that GoPro shot from that pool down here.
And some of them, like Ryan here, will even collaborate artistic visions.
And like right in front of the waterfall.
We're not so used to seeing such primary colors.
Yeah.
So crazy.
Take a quick break. See ya.
I am a water snob. I realized this when I lived in LA, but it's because our water comes from glacier-fed lakes.
Oh, that's totally fine. We encourage diving headfirst. Oh.
I forgot my hydro flask, but they said it was no problem. And yes, there really is a huge difference in the taste. No Brita needed. This is your bucket list. How is it? Amazing!
Let's do it again. Tomorrow?
We just got back from our glacier. We're gonna go check out the food spots. We got some good recs from the guides. We're going to Deckhand Dave's to get some fish tacos. This is pretty much downtown Juneau. One of the things that I love most about Alaska is the community. So when you go to Deckhand Dave's, you'll probably meet Dave.
Taking a crazy photo.
Yeah. Taking a video if you want to be in it.
I'll be back. I'm Dave. So.
Oh, really? Oh, this thing. Hello.
Hi.
How did you start this place?
I commercial fished for a while, saved my money, and then bought a food truck in Oregon and drove it up here, and it's me right there. Right there.
So how long have you been here for?
I'm 31 years old, and that's how long I've been here.
Wow.
Yeah, so right here you got the halibut trash berry, you got the sampler, you got salmon, rockfish, halibut, and salmon tops.
What's the best thing to get here, in your opinion?
You know, I'm pretty partial to rockfish, so I'm gonna go with rockfish tacos.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Meeting you.
See ya. Rockfish instead. No halibut's banger. Halibut's good.
Now she's regretting.
Halibut's awesome. You got rockfish right there.
It is Saturday afternoon in Juneau. What are we doing now? We're watching whales. Our guides told us that the whales have just been everywhere in Auke Bay, so we're hoping to see some whales. I think whales are very magical.
Yes.
So we're excited. Juneau is a small place, so you will run into people that you know, even if you're just there for a weekend. Hello!
Hey, what's up?
How's it going? Did you guys already go on your tour?
We just went
Yeah,
on
we
the
just went.
super tour with Ryan.
It was great.
The super tour?
Super tour.
Was that different from the tour I did?
Absolutely not.
Okay. It was super.
Just drop us in anything.
Yeah.
We didn't lose anybody out there. You know what I mean? It was great.
So after saying bye to Ryan, we boarded our whale watching tour. I think we should call for the whales. I think they're social and they want to play. Shy. They need to feel the love more. I wonder if they like music.
Think about where you're sitting. Think about it. You're sitting in the capital city of the largest state, what I believe is the greatest country in the world.
The animals were not the only things that were incredible. My mom and I were continuously impressed by all of the guides. They were so knowledgeable, but mostly I think they were just so happy to have people there.
This is my phone number. I'm not married, no kids, so if you have any questions tonight, you text me. Hey Vince, where's a good place to eat or whatever. I'm glad you're here. I'm like super glad you're here. Juneau Tourism is driven and owned by women. Tracy's Crab Shack is owned by Tracy's. The Whale Project,
Which is
7 of the 10 board members are female. Risha owns the hangar. She owns the Twisted Fish. She owns Pier 49. Stephanie owns Wings Aircraft. It's female driven.
Cool. That's really cool. Thank you. Another really interesting landscape that is quite different from Anchorage are the wetlands. This is a result from runoff from 3 major glaciers meeting with the ocean. So freshwater meets saltwater and create this wetland called the Mendenhall Wetlands State Game Refuge. And if you're into watching birds, this is the place for you. It seems like you're almost guaranteed to see 1 to 10 bald eagles flying or perched overhead. We stayed at the Baranoff Hotel, which is centrally located in downtown Juneau, with great Wi-Fi and enough outlets in the room to charge all of my cameras and devices at the same time. But keep in mind that Juneau's summer months can see anywhere from 13 to 17 days of rain. It is a rainforest, so if you're headed for Juneau, you can plan for rain and pray for some. For our 3rd day, we had a bunch of walking tours around town, including an eating tour. There was an 80% chance of rain, but it was a perfectly sunny day. If you want to learn more about the history of Juneau, the Juneau Douglas City Museum Downtown Walking Tour is a great option. Our volunteer tour guide, Anne, walked us around downtown and explained a lot of cultural aspects of Alaska that I'm still learning about and excited to learn more of.
The government built the territorial government this house. So this is the governor's house. We'll walk over, we can look carefully at this particular cutia, which is a totem pole. This is a pretty modern pole. We know it was carved for this purpose, to be at the governor's house. He was a raven, made a pole of the oldest, most well-known stories. They are the raven stories. We called it a cutia. That's the Tlingit word for it. The people who live right here are Tlingit.
It was interesting learning about Tlingit culture because afterwards I noticed a conspiracy of ravens following us along on our tour. And you can't miss going to the Alaska Heritage Institute. This building perpetuates, enhances, and showcases Tlingit, Haida, and Tsimshian culture and art, the first peoples of Southeast Alaska.
Whoa.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
What?
Did you hear what he said?
No.
We're gonna have a great time on our food tour today.
Oh.
Last October, I participated in the Alaska Travel Industry Association's Shark Tank with my idea for Alaska Friends, and one of the fellow winners was actually Juneau Food Tours.
Our last choice is Midgie with Juneau Food Tours.
Yes, I heard that.
And so we were absolutely thrilled to go on a Juneau food tour.
Yeah, we saw that.
On the food tour, they cover some of the most popular Juneau restaurants and also bars, which I appreciated because I get social anxiety when it comes to bars, and this is a great way to experience historical bars without having to go out. We even got to try an eagle fart.
It just depends.
Did you say this is the oldest bar in Alaska?
Yes, the oldest operating saloon in all of Alaska. The Eagle Fart. It is Bailey's, Kahlua, and vodka. And you can only get it here, and you can only get it on our tour.
That's pretty good. That's delicious. Wow, that's my go-to drink now. We ran into our other friends from Liquid Alaska Tours. This is how small Juneau is.
Yeah. Small but beautiful. It's good to see you again.
On our last day before our flight, we stopped by Glacier Gardens for a rainforest adventure tour. This was super cool. Essentially, they have a giant golf cart looking thing, and they take you through the Tongass rainforest, where you can see more wildlife, their upside down trees, oceanic fossils, and gorgeous views of the wetlands and mountains. When we got to the very top, we saw a convocation of 4 or 5 eagles flying around, and our tour guide started whistling and calling for the eagles, which I appreciated because, as I was saying, the whales just wanted to be called. So my goal with Travel Alaska was to just show you the magic and beauty that can happen in just 4 days of visiting Alaska. If you want to see more in-depth footage of any of the tours that I featured here, then check out my Alaska Friends YouTube channel, where I'll be posting in the coming weeks longer versions of the individual tours. And a huge thanks again to Travel Alaska and Travel Juneau for taking me and my mom on this incredible adventure.